Well, if the thumbnail says it, it pretty much introduced what we're doing here. I've never done this before, but it's working. If you've seen on the last video how the tap broke into an exhaust port, it looks like it's a tap. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's grinding out decently. I got these, well, just introduction. Let's go. Alright, so I got these off of Amazon. They're 1/8 inch flute Dremel tool ones. They were pretty cheap, but so far working pretty good. I broke one because of being a little aggressive with things. So tried a ball pointed one and it didn't work out. So got another one of those on there and just working on it. It's just eating the tap away. These are carbide. UFO tool, and I'll tell you, it's eating right through that tap just beautifully. It's dug down in there quite a bit, so it's slow progress, but it's faster than what I was doing. Some people suggested needle nose, cotter pins, and stuff, and it's just too small for those things. So obviously the exhaust port is kind of, you know, at the mercy of things here right now. I can't get a drill press in there. It's just kind of too tight of clearances. So I've got a magnet right here, and I'm using that to clean up fine particles and everything, loose ones and whatnot that get to this. And then I go and just set it there. Hopefully it'll stay there and whatnot, not get in the way. But collect some loose particles, and afterwards I go around and I'm collecting stuff. But so far it's working so good. So we're just going to kind of just keep eating at it here. I might hyperlapse it on you guys, put on some music, because I can't do that because of copyright issues, and just let the flow go here. But I will keep you updated on it. We can get this 8 out of here and everything. These are inserts that are put into these. So if I can get this insert out and a new one in, a helicoil, something like that, then we're going to be golden. So, but steel inserts inside of an aluminum block. And they did that so that the aluminum wouldn't get wore out during usage, but it still feels the stress. It's just guys would take exhaust on and off on these things, and it would just eat out the aluminum super quick and everything. So, but we'll see how things go here and whatnot. I don't know how thick the insert is. If I could even try to tap the insert carefully, see if any threads can be resaved. I don't know yet. So, goal is get this out of here, and then we can go from there, because this is what is stopping. This is what I believe, is every time this muffler comes off, it starts running real fast. You shut it off, tighten the muffler back on, pull it, fires up, runs just like it should. And we're gonna try to, I think I'm gonna try to do it on this one. We're gonna do do that Walbro the WB37. I'm thinking, because, well, this carb choice is pretty much out the door, you know, kind of. But the only time it wanted to rev up, it wasn't just high idle, was after you revved it up, and the harmonics of it would cause the one bolt to just back out, and it did not like that at all. So, but it's definitely not from these carburetors, it being a lack of fuel and air, because I mean, the Super Pro 125s and even the 797 over there, 797 engine is the same as an MC101, just it doesn't have a removable head. And it gets fed through an even smaller carb. And they even had an STC option. It was 19 millimeter back in the day and fed it just fine. So I know it's not a fueling issue. It's getting something from somewhere. And I'm thinking it's trying to like free port in a way through the exhaust. But the piston and everything doesn't go up high enough to cause that. So, but that's kind of the theory. This is the only way I can rule that out. Everything wants to run and do fine. It's just once that muffler comes off, shit hits the fan. So I'd like to find a GEM muffler for this, to be honest. I'd cut away this and stuff like that. Just cut it right there on the line. GEM muffler on this and whatnot. Who knows? But a pipe would be excellent. A pipe would be real good. I actually have a pipe up there. That would be really excellent. I'll just give this thing that old school look and whatnot. Just, you know, hopefully be able, you guys can experience this. But anyways, done rambling here. Probably just going to hyperlapse and slap some music on and just keep the progress going. And it's raining out, as you can probably hear. It's 77 as a high today, humid, but in the garage it's not too bad right now. So that's why I'm just tackling this through and everything. I'm not sweating yet or anything, so, but yeah, we'll just keep on keeping on. Alrighty, so got it drilled out. I took that little bit to the drill press over there, got this to fit somehow, and it ate right through. I mean, that carbide bit, it was a little worn on the tip, but the drill press gave the straightness and the pressure I couldn't. Ate through, got a little more around it. So now I've got one of the extractors. This is a China one or whatever, and it looks like I am turning out the insert that's inside this, which has the carbide bit in it. If I can get this out, then I can put a new insert in of some sort. Looks like I'm going to get successful here, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. You guys can't see shit. There you go. That is victory, ladies and gentlemen. And at the very bottom of this is what's left of that broken tap. And we've got the insert out. I just have to find out what insert this is, put another one in, and we're good to go because the threads on the block are clean. No damage. So, complete save here. I want to use another steel insert, though, rather than the block itself. Also matches muffler bolts on drum mufflers and stuff like that. So, but that is success right there. So, had to get a picture. Maybe thumbnail? I don't know. So, but now I gotta go get an insert that fits into this. I gotta find out what size this is and everything, what kind of inserts and stuff. And it's not a helicoil, it's an actual insert. So, and it fits a 1024 bolt. We'll just screw that back in there. Possibly do some Loctite. Do we Loctite? I've never had one actually break. It's just the insert broke them. Maybe just a touch of high temp Loctite, and she should be good. But I'm very pleased to say that got out of there. So, if you doubt, these little carbide bits, these China-made ones on Amazon, be hopeful. It actually held out. I put it in the drill press over there, got this lined up, just ate right through it. I thought I was going to bust it for sure. No, it just ate right through it enough to where I could get down in there real good and be able to put this in there. So, got to hand it to them. There is some good stuff on Amazon, some good cheap stuff. And that definitely held its money's worth. And these extractors right here, this is the biggest one I have, and it fit in there and works. So that is what we call victory. So now I have to, what does it have to rain? Rain and stuff like that. Go get one of these inserts and we'll get this back together, get a muffler bolted on. I think I got a nice shiny one somewhere. Nope, don't want shiny. Put one on there. I'll go through the stash and look, and we'll see what we can do here. As far as the gas tank, I need to get some duckbill valves and put one in there for the one-way just to get that fuel to stop leaking. But all right, I'll bring you back when I get to getting another insert. Wow. All right, we are back. So, there was no threaded inserts. I'm going to have to do what I said I didn't want to do and helicoil this. Now, here's the first size. But me wanting to stick with my 10/24ths, I got another one to go on the inside. Yeah, we're going to be JB welding some stuff together. But we have to drill this hole out. And to do a helicoil, there is a specific tap that you're actually supposed to use. This is a 20 NC. It says that this is an STI tap or whatever. It's like a special tap or something like that. They're expansive. So, got to drill this out with a 17/64 drill bit. Last one they had too. Irwin, 10 times faster starts. All right, well. So what is it supposed to do? Like take 1 second rather than 10 seconds? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Probably shouldn't freehand this, but I am. Okay, well, I really didn't even need the drill bit, but... So the size is already what it needs to be. We just need to get the tapping fluid. Stuff works really good. It's just stuff. I don't know, tap magic. It was given to me, got it, so, don't know. We'll do our magic here. Yeah, there's special tools for this. No, they won't fit on this. Because I refuse to tear apart the entire saw to do that. My stubbornness. These two will be kept together. But yeah, it said it was a special STI tap or whatever made for helicoils, and it's super expensive, and maybe they're just lying. I don't know. It's working. As long as it works, I guess, right, everybody? We'll have to clean the hole out here and whatnot, but y'all like to see this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy doing it when I have the tools, but I enjoy doing these kinds of things, drilling, tapping holes, and everything lining up like it should. Not like, oh, look, we did all this, and the holes are all off by 1 millimeter in not one direction, but in every random direction they can be. There we go. Oh yeah, see? That tap magic stuff is really nice. I know there's been review videos out there of what to use, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's got theirs. And I've used WD-40. Nothing wrong with that. It really resists brake parts cleaner. I mean, it really resists it. It's like... It resists it. It just, like, brake parts cleaner cannot touch it as easy. I mean, you really got to get after it and hammer on it with it, but looks like we're good. The non-chlorinated stuff, of course, because I can't find any with the chloride or whatever, the good stuff that actually cleans. But threads look good. And then there's a special tool you're supposed to put these in with. Make sure everybody's happy here. Started with our special tool. Well, $21 for a one-time tool. Seems like a lot, but maybe I'm just dumb and being stubborn. Getting you to start will be the key. fighting with me every inch of the way. Okay, well that didn't work at all. That heli coil just said, nope, not today, not tomorrow night, next week, so we're studding it. So, all the debris clear out of the area. Why is it that everything's got to fight you? I swear. Some things just want to be difficult in life. You ever feel that? Just like one little thing in life just wants to be the death of you. Gotcha. Huh. Somebody may have. No, I don't know. Alright, anyways. So the stud's not in yet. Just got done drilling this out. Did I drill the wrong? I did. I drilled the wrong hole. That's fine. That's fine. I need some food in my system is what I need. I would have swore I did put it on there rotated, but when I turned it, I did a flip maneuver. Brian, when will you learn? Let's get this drilled. All right. Is that gonna fit on there? Should fit over the stud fine because it's the size. There we go. And then the other holes there. So it's studded. I have to get it down a little bit more. And then I can put a nut on it. But I'm going to JB weld the stud in just lightly. And I've got a slot cut into it for a screwdriver and impact it in there. JB weld will hold it, but I'm going to stud this. But this muffler, I don't know, it'll work. It won't work. Hold on, I got another one over here. I saw it earlier. Yeah, here's a less than that. Ooh, jeez. So, there's another one. A lot of carbon buildup. It'll work, but it's in a lot better shape. We'll tear this one up. We'll tear this one up first, and then we'll come back to that. So I have to let this sit overnight after I JB weld it and everything. Then I'll be impacting that in. Try not to. That might be as far down as it goes. Yeah. So all right, that's as far as I got her. So we'll do that. JB weld it in, tighten it, and well, we'll be back to try it, I guess. Try everything out and whatnot. I might put the other carburetor on during this video because, well, this video is just going to get boring. I know this series is going on and on and on, but a broken exhaust bolt is kind of making it seem like it's causing all the problems and whatnot. And so we're just going to go straight up and do that. Just, take out all the variables and all the crap that's been happening. So we'll do that. Well, it looks like it's going to work. So I haven't, like I said, put JB weld the stud in yet, but don't you just love the ringing of that? Oh, it's a straight one. Oh my goodness! Stop it! Stop hitting it, you idiot! So it looks like it's going to work. Let's get a tighter tolerance wrench in there. Looks like it'll hold it down just fine. I may have to modify some stuff to be able to get to it better, but looks like it'll hold down just fine, as that's what's holding it on right now. Lower bolt and everything will go into that, but I got to put the JB weld on that first. So, all right, I'll get that JB welded, and then yeah, we'll do I really want to rip off? Yeah, I have to. I have no choice but to rip off and put a different, I'll have to modify this too because of the impulse line on the other one. It comes out here. I've got it drilled over here. So I'll have to cut all this out right here anyways to modify for that carburetor to fit on here. So, all right, well, we'll just jump into that. That'll probably be a little hyperlapse, but I'll show it and everything. But that setup, is almost ready. I got to Dremel the high speed and slot that, and then we'll get it tossed onto here because I really want this saw to run. I mean, the exhaust is what the part was, is what I was suspecting it to be and everything. It ran good with this, but like I said, the exhaust fell off. You had problem wanting to happen. So, all right, we'll go ahead and we'll get that. All right, we're back a couple days later, and I had to got all this put together. I put sealant on all the gaskets just for safety measures and whatnot to make sure everything's going to be happy so that there's no air leaks of any kind. To put the muffler on this, you really need to remove this top plate, but we got to remove it anyways because of the throttle linkage. I've got to make a new one that goes not from this side, but we're going to be going up, over, and to this side to accommodate the Walbro on it. So while we're there, take this plate off here, which shouldn't take any time. We got to remove the old intake here, the current intake, I should say. We'll inspect the gasket on it, make sure everything's happy. We'll have to do some clearancing here for the right there-ish, this kind of area. We'll have to do some clearancing for the new impulse line that's going here, so I'll just have to draw, cut close and everything to stuff. So we can do that, slip things under, and everybody be happy. But overall, I think this is going to work. This is an external impulse setup that goes inside the crankcase right there, that little tiny nub right there. So as the piston goes up and down, it creates positive, negative pressure, and that is what pumps, goes up this line. That pressure, pulse pressure, goes up this line and pumps the diaphragm on this style carburetor. You can turn pretty much any one of these into that style. You just block off. There's a bottom hole on some of them. This one didn't have it, but it has the ability to if you really want to. And just to eliminate any factors and stuff and whatnot, I decided to do that. So, but lots to do here. We've got to get this intake ripped off. We've got to get this ripped off, intake ripped off. I got to make new linkage, get it set up, get the muffler bolted on first and stuff. So we've got a lot to do, and I'm probably just going to hyperlapse that, toss on some music for myself, and just let it roll. And once we get down, tore down and everything, we can inspect, look, and whatnot, and then do the mods, get her tossed together, and maybe get it running this evening. I'm going to put sealer on the bottom of this because, as you can see, this intake was heavily used, and somebody was scraping on it probably with a screwdriver. It had been on and off a million times. So my homemade gaskets probably won't seal that off. No gasket may seal that off really well without some sealer all the way around to ensure you're going to have a good tight seal. So we'll go ahead, we'll get the montage started here and get going. All right, let's go ahead and, oh wait, I gotta get a pair of vice grips here. Shut off the fuel. Set over here that I know of. Clamp off the fuel, something. I don't even know if there's any real fuel in this thing, but probably evaporated out by now. Well, help me understand what you want. And there. So, all right. Pop off that. Had really good crush. First look, has really, the gasket, it's sealed all the way around, absolutely perfectly. This on first glance. Get you guys turned around here so I can see. Excellent crush all the way around. Oh, great. Gas is wanting to come out of the vice grip, didn't get it tight enough. But all the way around, excellent crush. May have to address that small area there. I doubt it. But excellent crush all the way around. I don't see any weird stuff. Let me get that fixed real quick here, the gas, or else it's just going to be... Oh yes, just go everywhere on me. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. So now we've got extra liquid. Just a mess. That's just beautiful. So we'll go ahead and take it off. Other than the excessive gasoline everywhere, Hey, look, let's get a paper towel here. I'll go ahead and. But I wanted to get that first impression of the homemade gasket, how well it's held up so far. Good thing I made it as thick as I did. Crushed up really nicely. Probably not something I would reuse. I kind of thought I would reuse it, but I got a new one right here. We'll put sealer on just to give the best chance. But I have no doubt that this one's sealed 100%. I mean, I sprayed all around it when it run and nothing. It just didn't show a sign of not sealing to me, if anybody wants to know that. Yeah, just wipe your head with that same rag. There you go. So we've got good crush all the way around on the block, and so yeah, all the way around. We're looking at the light here, I'm trying to move the light around the edge there. You see it falling at the top. All the way around, good crush. Looking at one thing on here real quick. I will notice. Oh, okay, that's part of the coil. So it crushed. Okay, I'm thinking, what is that right there? That was the coil tower right there. So it crushed perfect on that. I just don't see a spot for leaking there. Everything. So I have my very severe doubts that this was leaking anywhere. And then for the intake side, where the intake was, it's just crushed beautifully all the way around. Still remain flexible. I don't see, I mean, it's disformed because it's crushed, and it's been through a couple of heat cycles, but nothing that says I'm melting, I'm dying, I'm failing. It did exactly what a gasket's supposed to do, and that is crush to form to what you are working, whatever you've bolted. So, but I don't see anywhere that it wasn't, that it could have possibly had any kind of air leak. This area right here is always kind of could be a prone spot, and there's some guys that get really close and it still have no problems, but this one does not look like it was having that problem. It crushed beautifully on that corner. So I'm going to say that's a win. I'm still going to put just a touch all the way around. At least I'm going to have to, because as we recall, the bottom of this intake is all scratched up. It's going to need some kind of help. So figured I'd bring you in for that real quick. We're going to have to redo the throttle linkage here. And the vise is still in the house. Never did get it mounted up, so I'm going to just have to copy that bend right there, bring it straight out. I've got to do a modification to this to allow a little more area for this to go through so it doesn't hit anything, modify another hole, and then we should be good. But that's what I was talking about here, to be able to bolt the muffler on. Easier access right here for that big old nut there. So I'll get that bolted on first, because me knowing me, I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get so excited, toss everything on, be like, oh, I got to get that put back on and rip everything back apart. I don't want to do that. So get that muffler on, work away from the bottom up. The good news is none of the gasket is left behind to have to scrape off or clean off. And that was one of the big goals of these gaskets too. Paperwork, but when you go to take them off, if you use sealer, sometimes you don't even have to, and they just rip. And now you're spent scraping on your block. Whether you use a razor blade, a gasket scraper, I'm guilty of doing this, using a screwdriver. So, get back to getting this together. Get this muffler on, this ugly looking muffler. Get the orientation correct. Get that put on there, bolted on firmly, and then we can continue on with this build. Still didn't get a duct bill on it, and you have to put a duct bill because as it sucks fuel, it gets the tank airbound. So I never did get that done or anything like that. So I don't know if we'll try to run it and everything, but I think what I want to do when running this is just have it 100% as I can get. So All right, anyways, I'll continue on. Okay, so a crap ton has happened. I've been working on this for about 2.5 hours. So we'll go ahead and show you guys the rundown of everything that has happened here. All right, so there was a bunch of hyperlapsing in there, me singing on it, you probably saw. So, new intake is bolted down. I had to relocate this, but new intake set is bolted down. There are 4 bolts that hold this adapter on, sealed on every gasket, which all of them are 3D printed ones I did, except for that one right there. That's a thermal one, which is really nice stuff, but I still sealed it. So sealant, it's that. Those are bolted. 4 of those holding it down. We've got these, which have to be spaced up because there's only so far deep that you can go, but there's only so many threads there anyways to catch. So that's on there. Impulse line is attached, and everything's clearance down below to clear it, so no hurts there. Got those 2 bolts and another one I clearanced for back there, under there somewhere. Fuel tank, the adapter got in the way of the fuel tank, and I'm actually kind of thankful for that because it fits great back here. Throttle linkage doesn't get in the way. Vroom, vroom, vroom stuff happening here. Custom linkage clears over the tank, kind of touches it but doesn't inhibit anything. 1 bracket out of 2 I gotta make, but for now this will work. It's got a lock nut under it, which that was pretty fun to put on. Had to use tape and a wrench, but it's on there for now. It's a lot sturdier than it was before, but still level enough to where everything is not going to, you know, try to slosh immediately to the back. When you're cutting, it's got to be able to move, and there's plenty of the weight and the line in there to jiggle around and everything except for this back corner, but you know, that's how it is. Let's see what else. I've got that blocked off for now. Zip tied it. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. I feel better now. New fuel line. Knew how to get a longer all the way around up to the carb. Nice right there. Had to modify the high speed and put a slot in it for a screwdriver, because it was directly in line beforehand. It was like directly in line with everything beforehand, so that wasn't going to work. You can drill and put the roll pin back through if you really want. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Had to clearance out a couple things that were iffy on it. It looks like ding dong bad, really bad, but it's there. Get my finger in there, everybody's happy again. Zip tied down like normal. I better tighten that down. That's good to know. We'll shake down on that here in a bit. The exhaust is bolted. It's got a stud in there. It's studded on there. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. I just don't have, you know, the bottom one's just a normal bolt torqued on there. If it wants to pop out, then, well, we'll figure out another solution for that one too. Ugly muffler. Yeah. Other than that, getting that one tightened down, checking over everything. I don't know. What do you think? Like I said, I'm letting sealant cure. I don't know how long I'm going to let it cure for and everything, but I may try to put a shot of fuel down it, just see what it does real quick and whatnot, see how everybody's happy and stuff. But it's nice now that I have access to the idle, high speed, and low speed. Low speed, and we're falling right in between everybody, so it'll make it with a little screwdriver here just perfectly. One turnout on the low for now. I've got 1.5 on the high. It doesn't have a vent right now, so really actually that's why I did that, but we'll see how it runs and stuff. I don't know. I really have to vent this actually, but for now I just closed it off in case whatever. Maybe try to find a new fuel cap that allows it to vent properly. I could look that up and everything. Duckbill valve, just cram a duckbill valve in there too. I could probably do that. But I got to fix this before I can really do too much, or else the tank ain't going to vent. It's going to get airbound. But in this heat outside right now, this likes to stay pressurized, and that might be to my advantage for trying to run it. So, all right, I don't know if I'm going to run it this video. I know this has been a long series. It has been hot out these last couple weeks. I've had off, so I've really just escaped outside when it's been cool, and it's starting to heat up again. At least it's not as humid as it's been last few days, but it's getting up to like 86 today, and in a garage without air conditioning. You got a fan over there in the window, and the best part is the insulation on that side where the sun is. Yeah, it's a mess still. At least it's holding back the heat good. On the roof, I can feel it kind of coming off. I got to get that insulated too. Lots to do, lots to do. Lots to do, little funds, but it's getting there. For those that have been riding this whole entire time, watching this series, my other stuff, I couldn't thank you guys enough. I love the comments. Any feedback, stuff like that, you know, let me know, and whatnot and everything. And it's been a really good little bit of battle here and everything. And I like escaping outside for a few hours. But like I say, it's getting hot out quick. I may not try to fire it up until this evening. I mean, I'm sweating here just talking now. So, all right, if I don't start it up this one or whatever, I just want to thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment if you will, and everything and whatnot. I love hearing all around the world comments. People in Australia, I've had people in New Zealand, the UK. I mean, it's fascinating hearing from all of you guys and everything. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll I like I say, try to get this fixed before running. I really want to try to get all my ducks in a row that are not up in a tree in a rave like what's going on, but hopefully get a good test run on this carburetor right here. So I know this one works. It was originally on this saw with the tank setup that's to my left. So, and I've got 2 more new ones in the house if all else fails. If for some reason this one decides, it just says no. So, all right, so say thanks for watching. Why not? A small teaser. There's nothing in the tank. Just, you know, to hold you guys off, and me. Doesn't do any runaway procedure or something like that. No runaway. If it was getting consistent fuel, the idle sounds good. I'll see you guys next video.